House number 15 is located on Block 21, Lots 3 and 4. It is a wood frame building with a modified L floor plan. It has almost 1,400 square feet living space. It is on pier and beam, has wood sash windows, there are 2 primary entrances, and it has a gable roof. There is 1 fireplace. The Forse's grandson, Sam Forse Collins, will now tell more about the house and some of the families that lived in it.
This is a statement about the Forse Corner House at 214 Wise Street in Newton, Texas. My mother, Oni Lily Forse Collins, stated in some of her writings that in 1909, her parents, John B. Forse Sr. and Oni Meta Forse, moved to Newton County, Texas from Hemphill in Sabine County that joins Newton on the north. She stated that it took her parents 3 days to make the trip from Hemphill to Newton. The roads were trails through the tall timbers and the forest. Their first home was a new red house near the school in Newton. On January 4th, 1910, my grandfather purchased this new house from the builder W.M. Parker for $2,500 with $1,000 down and 3 annual notes of $500. The style was a Victorian folk. And note the octagon-shaped rooms, and also note in the picture of that house that if you look closely you can see the well near the back porch with the water bucket, dipper, and wash pan on the shelf. The wood box was very convenient for that day and that time, and if you'll note, the wood pile was located just outside the gate near the steps of the porch. And the record indicates that W.M. Parker built a number of these houses during the period 1900 to 1920 in Newton. In 1920, my grandfather and grandmother, they purchased the J.R. West house, which is shown in the background on the left side of the picture. It burned in February 2nd, 1976. The records indicate that 6 families lived there in this Carter house when Ms. Carter moved in. That family owned the house up until September 28, 2010. And then Lisa Bradford had been recording living there since that time.
As Sam mentioned, several families lived in this house after his grandparents moved to the West House. From 1922 until 1954, this was home to the Reitman family, Newton County Sheriff D.C. Humphreys and family, County Sheriff T.S. Hughes and family, the Wingate family, W.E. Davis and family, and the E.E. Davis family. In 1954, Charlie and Cornelia Carter purchased it. Charlie passed away in 1960, and Cornelia lived here until 2010. Miss Bradford is now the owner, and her family live here. Please continue to House 16.